What is going on, everybody? Skyland Aikens with Southwest Missouri Sports here, live from Miller, Missouri, as we get ready for some Week 5 action as the Miller Cardinals are taking on the number 9 team in Class 1, the Ash Grove Pirates. Ash Grove comes in at 3-1 as the Miller Cardinals looking to get their second win in a row after falling in their first 3 games. They defeated the Diamond Wildcats 12-8 last week in part of their first win of the season. Just want to say thank you guys for tuning in for our Week 5 matchup. It's going to be a busy night here tonight as the Cardinals are honoring the 1994 state championship team. I believe they're doing that at halftime, but there'll be odes to that 94 team throughout the game here today. That 1994 team, up until I believe it's 2021, the only state championship in Miller High School history, and still remains the only state championship on the boys' side. Before we get started going too far here in the pregame, I would just want to say thank you to our sponsors, starting with the Clever Barn. Started off with the Burger Shack. We'll start with the Burger Shack here today. The Burger Shack is a proud sponsor of the Miller Cardinals and is the taste of game day. Tyler Snyder and his crew is guaranteed to bring you the best burgers in Miller. They're located right by the high school in the shade of the football stands. Be sure to stop by for your pregame treat. I know I say that every single week, but I am a man of action myself. I went down to the Burger Shack after I got things set up here, and I didn't get a burger this time, but a grilled chicken sandwich. And my goodness, it was good. So be sure, you still got 42 minutes before game time here. You still got time to go sneak in there, grab you a burger, grab you some chicken, some onion rings, whatever you want. Also want to say thank you to the Clever Barn. Be sure to check out the Clever Barn for your upcoming events of any kind, if you like old barns and rustic themes. The Clever Barn was built in the 1880s, and just wait until you see what Randy and Laura Walden have done out there. Located just a few miles south on Clever on Jasmine Road, they were recently voted the number 3 wedding venue by Southwest Missouri's magazine, and they cannot wait to host your event. Give them a call at 417-350-2343. And we went out there to film an interview, which you'll see here in just a second. I'm telling you, they had stuff for everybody, the entire family. They had they had a little area where you can have some wine tasting for mom. You got a putting green for dad. You got playground for kids. Food trucks. I mean, they got anything and everything you wanted. You had like 6 water features out there, but I just wanted to say thank you to Laura and Randy Walden for that. But don't just take my word for it. Let's go out to the Clever Barn and hear what Laura has to say.
Hello, everybody. Skyland Aikens with Southwest Missouri Sports here. Joined with me is Laura Walden of the Clever Barn. First off, just thank you for taking a little bit of time and talking with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So Clever Barn here in Clever, Missouri, kind of event venue. Just kind of tell me a little bit more about about your venue.
Yeah, it was built in the 1880s, and my husband and I have done all the work on it to create a very relaxing, laid-back feel as soon as you get here. And we have every kind of event you can think of out here. We have weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries. Karaoke nights, we have ladies' nights, guys' nights, movie parties, a little bit of everything really out here.
Yeah, it really was there's something like that. But just kind of talk about what are some of your favorite events to put on.
My favorite events, I would say the most events we have out here are my Sweet 16 birthday parties. Huh. They have an absolute blast. Usually the moms are down here playing board games or shooting pool or whatever. And the girls are all upstairs, and they're singing karaoke, and they're dancing, and having a little party, and they get the whole barn to themselves. And that's something else, too. They can either bring in everything, or I can take care of everything and have it all ready for them, when they arrive. So I try to be really accommodating, for, whatever they have in mind,
You've been telling me, there's always something going on down here. Roughly, how many events do you guys host, every year?
Oh Lord. I would have to say at least 100, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, with everything, because some weekends are double booked. Sometimes I'm booked from Thursday through Sunday. It varies. And we're open all year round.
So obviously, Clever Barn. Not all your business comes from Clever, but just kind of talk about the relationship that you kind of have with the community out here.
Oh yeah, my gosh, I love having my open hangout nights, and like you say, we've got the putting green, the bowling, the kids zone, the karaoke dance floor, big bonfire pit, out the back. It's just we wanted it to be a laid back spot where people could come out and have a good time. And then now we got our food truck, so now we're doing that as well. And we don't charge anything, for individual things that they're going to do, and people appreciate that because, the economy, so I still want them to have a place to come out and have a good time, but not, break the bank,
Right.
So.
Yeah. So if someone wants to, schedule an event, whether it's a, if it's just like a group hangout or, a Sweet 16 birthday party, what's the process look like? To schedule an event like that?
Yeah. My number is 417-350-2343. They can call me, text me, whatever they're comfortable with. You can find me on Facebook, The Clever Barn, and I'm on Instagram, Google, all of those social medias. And yeah, I would love to talk to you. I'd love to have your events out here. The coolest thing about having a venue is that we've made so many friends out here, and it's amazing. They're not customers; they are actual. They're our friends, and we love that. We just really get a kick out of that,
So someone just gives you a call and then kind of says what they're wanting to do, what kind of event they're wanting to do, and is there like different package plans that they can choose from? Or
yeah. For my weddings, I can do the all-inclusive, or I can do all you. So the all-inclusive, I take care of everything for up to 50 people. That's their catering. That is, all of their paper products. That would be their officiant. That would be their fireworks send-off. What else. Everything we have, they would have access to it. I know I'm forgetting some things. I do apologize about that. But in essence, if they have something in mind, I'll make it happen for them. And if they have everything already, down what they want to do, they just bring everything in and I'll help them. I can run the bar for them, or I can take care of their food, or I can just be off to the side and be there when they need me, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so having an event venue like this, I mean, I'm sure you've kind of seen a little bit of everything. I mean, just what's been a few of your favorite stories or memories that you've had hosting events?
Memories out here. I'll tell you one. This is really, really cool. Talking about having relationships. You know. Okay, so I'm having my ladies' nights here one night, and I have like 5 or 6 ladies, over there at the bar with me, just chatting a little bit. And in walks a lady that I didn't know, so I walked over, shook her hand, thanked her for coming out, introduced myself. And she said, "Well, my name is Amber. I got married here about 2 years ago." And I'm like, "Oh, good Lord, I'm sorry." She goes, "No, you meet a lot of people. I get it, And she goes, "Plus, I looked a lot different then, and everything." She's now one of my absolute best friends. I mean, I kid you not.
Cool.
I love things like that, repeat business, but it's not just repeat business. It's I'm actually a part of their life. You know what I mean? I'm part of their memories that they're making out here in this really, really cool old barn that we breathed life back into. It was ready to come down, and like I said, my husband said I was nuts. But I said, well, you don't know, till you try. So we keep trying, and just love it.
Yeah, and I think you're kind of putting a unique opportunity, have your wedding out here. I know from my experience, that plot of land is always going to have an extremely special place in all these people's hearts. So so being able to kind of be being a person that kind of helps those memories being made, that's got to be a really rewarding role to play there as well.
It's amazing. I meet people from all over, and it's just it's so cool. I can't say cool enough because I love what I do, and we have such huge passion for it, and we just try to keep it, authentic, because it is an old barn, and but we kept it original as we possibly could, you know what I mean? And I really feel that there's something for every age out here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we named it the Clever Barn, because we thought it was kind of clever that they could have anything out here, and we just get a big kick out of it, There's nothing like sharing memories with people.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate your time. Is there just anything else that you want to leave everybody with, or?
Really, I just want to thank everybody for accepting us, because we're out in the middle of nowhere, we're not in the middle of a big town with a big, marquee sign and lights and everything, we're kind of out in the boonies a little bit.
I think that adds to a lot.
It really does. People tell me all the time that this is a sweet getaway. And at nighttime, you got to see it at nighttime sometime. Even if you just drive by when we're having an event, it's like the circus has come to town. You know what I mean? Because there's just lights everywhere, and everybody's having a great time, and it's just so fun.
Well, I know you gave your contact information once. I just want to give it out one more time, just for everybody.
Yeah. 417-350-2343 is my phone number. I would love to chat with you if you want to, or you can just message my business page if you want.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura.
You're
really
welcome.
Appreciate you sitting down with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura, for that. And we're about 30 minutes away from game time here in Miller. As I said, it's going to be a busy day as we're honoring the 1994 state championship team. And I've already talked to several people from that team. Some of them have even made the trip in all the way from California for this game here tonight. So vibes are definitely high here in Ash Grove, especially after the victory last week against Diamond in a game that was definitely a defensive-oriented game. Let's take a flashback there. We'll run some highlights for you here in just a second, but it started with a 49-yard touchdown pass by Raphael Rangel to Jack Broughton that for Diamond that went up 8-0 early on. Miller was able to get on the scoreboard there late in the opening half, and I mean late, 3 seconds remaining in that opening quarter. And then Jared Lung was able to get into the end zone with a quarterback sneak. They made it 8-6. They're going into the break after an extended halftime break due to lightning in the area. The defenses were back out after a turnover on downs and a punt. Nate Hill fumbled the ball, about to score to take a lead for the Cardinals, but Diamond gave it right back. Rangel fumbled right into the hands of Pierce, and Miller was in business again. However, was not able to convert with punts and a couple 3-and-outs. The big blow came on Diamond's first possession of the second half, or the fourth quarter, where Brody Brinker was able to pick off a ball that hits the Diamond lineman in the back of the helmet. Ball bounces up right into the hands of Mr. Rinker, and that would set up another quarterback sneak, a little tush push by Jared Lung that would give the Cardinals a 12-8 lead there late. And then the game would be wrapped up by a Mason Neely. Yes, you heard that right. 2 linemen with the 2 big forced turnovers there in the second half. Mason Neely picks the ball off 2 minutes, 49 seconds, and the rest is history. But let's send you, in case you missed it, let's take you back to Diamond last Thursday night. One's going to move up, and Hill's going to look to go deep, and he's going to be sacked from behind. Number Miller, gray helmets, white shirts, gray pants. And Rangel is going to find a man deep, and he's going to make a move, and that is 18, Brian Young. Up run on the outside had he kept the ball. Rangel's going to look up the middle, and he's got a man once again and makes the guy miss. That is Zach Routon, and we have a score. 46-yard touchdown from to Zach Routon, and Roten, rather. Apologize for that. And a big return there by 6. Hill looking for at least 11 here. Looking for the short out route, not there. And Hill's going to scramble around. He can be brought down for a sack. And for this Miller offense, you're going to have to just trust what's been working, which is this exactly. A big run there by 24, Caden Calvin, going right up here with Nate Hill. And it looks like they're going to get in. The quarterback sneak is going to work. And Nate Hill is going to get the card. He's just been very aggressive, been in the right spot at the right time. And Rangel with a good move there. It's a better way of putting that. Hill drops back. He's going to look to go. He's going to lose the football. And a turnover. 1st and 10 from the 25. Rangel's going to pitch it out to Youngblood. Youngblood and make the first guy miss. The ball comes out. And there's a rugby scrum. Miller says they have it. And the game up to this point. This one's going to be pulled by Rangel. And Rangel's going to be thrown backwards there by Connor Neely. And been able to make a guy miss and take it up. And they're going to go for a screen pass. And the ball is bounces off a lineman's head.
Just a little high, intended for number 4, Cale Adams.
Quarterback, another sneak here. And it looked like he got underneath the pile there. And touchdown, Cardinals.
Number 9, Nate Hill. Just enough to get across the line.
Hill with his second. However, that's still up in the air. Who probably that's going to be? And a interception. And break the tackle, 52 there.
62.
That's going to be 62. Mason Neely with a big-time interception left in the game. And what is he doing? Nate's going to run around for a minute. Not sure why he's running around, but he's going to fall over. And that's going to be a final 12-8 is the final score here in Miller, or in Diamond, as Miller's going to get that elusive first win of the season over the Diamond Wildcats. The final score 12-8. And we're going to talk with Caden Calvin, our player of the game, who was on the precipice of a 100-yard game. He finishing with 96 yards. Nate Hill finishes with 59 yards through the air, 37 yards on the ground with the 2 touchdowns for the Miller Cardinals. 96 yards for Caden Calvin. Owen Dempster added in 16. Lung had several good runs there in the absence of Calvin after after he got hurt briefly for 28 yards. Jared Lung and makes the guy miss. That is Zach Routon, and we have a score. 46-yard touchdown from to Zach Routon and Roten. Just want to welcome you back in here in the booth here ahead of the Miller Cardinals Week 5 matchup with the Ash Grove Pirates. I just want to thank you or apologize for some of the issues with the internet here the last so far in this broadcast. It should be better. We got into the Wi-Fi, so we shouldn't have any more issues with that. And it already looks like our drop frames are doing much better. But anyway, we are about 22 minutes away from football here on a night where if you had missed it, we are honoring the 1994 state championship team. You got the 1994 right underneath the Cardinal logo at midfield. But before we get into our our preview of tonight's game, let's go down and talk with Coach Hill about what he expects. Well, first off, recapping the game from last week and what he expects out of this Ash Grove team.
What is going on, everybody? Skyline Akins of Southwest Missouri Sports, joined once again by the head coach of the Miller Cardinals, Coach Derek Hill. First off, just thanks for taking a little bit of time here again out of your Wednesday afternoon.
You bet. No, glad to be here. Appreciate it.
So, we'll just start with last week. Finally get the monkey off the back. Get your first win, 12-8 win over there at Diamond on Thursday night. Just kind of talk about just how big has that been, getting that first win for the guys.
I mean, it's real good. Like I said on Friday, it's you preach and preach and preach about things, and for the kids to finally see that, that come to truth, whenever you sell it and you're like, okay, hey, you guys do this can happen. And, we still made mistakes, but still it was real nice no matter what to get that first one, because then that's the hardest one to get.
Right.
You gotta get the first one before you get the second, and it's been real good for the whole program to be able to get some momentum into the rest of the season.
Yeah, and we talked about it a little bit, but just kind of having a little bit of time to reflect on it. You guys were down, was it 8-0? There until about the 3-second mark in that opening half, and and then was still trailed with just a few minutes left. Just what does it say about your guys? Just the resiliency.
Yeah, it's huge. We kind of was stalling, finding mistakes here or there in that first half on offense, and was not basically, exploiting the talent that we have. And so it was kind of getting, I could sense frustration, out of myself and kind of some interaction, with the kids. They were getting frustrated, but then we got that football back with 2 minutes, and we decided we're going to pound it to get ourselves into a position to score right before half. They did a very good job. You try. There's so many things in practice you try to accomplish. The 2-minute drill is one that you do, but you don't do it enough. And so for the kids to get in there and understand the situation, I was very, very proud of them, and then especially to go in and score was really good. There were some plays here or there, but kind of you have to get your kids, give them an opportunity to be an athlete, and sometimes you got to get a little lucky. And we had a couple opportunities there, but the kids put us in a position, inside 20 seconds inside the 10 to score, and they did, and that was huge, for the rest of the game, but it shows them something for whenever we get in that position again.
Yeah, and you guys found the end zone both, kind of a different way. You had Jared going, under center, and doing the sneak, and it worked out, and both tried to just count. What went into the idea to try that, and what we, if we might see that again, here moving forward.
Yeah, there's always the spread shotgun guys are, when you get in short yardage, it's in historically in the past, so I've been there, and you have to be able to get under center because, you're already at a disadvantage at 4 yards deep and you need 1 yard. So that was one thing we said we were going to do this year is we're going to get under center. And J-Rod was just one that he's a tough runner, tough athlete, and he's just a baller. And so he's going to find a way to get that 1 yard. And so we put that package in, and absolutely you'll see it more, and there'll be variations of it as we move on. But it's something you got to be able to get under center. And the old school mentality, that's just old school football.
And I think he would be the first to admit it, but Nate wasn't his sharpest. But just to kind of what does it say about him? Especially there that final drive, being able to put kind of some of the struggles, the rest of the game aside, and be able to lead that game-winning drive.
Yeah, he struggled, and when I'm talking about kids getting frustrated, that was we were getting frustrated with each other, and he was sick all week, and I think we thought he was better than what he really was because I can't feel for a kid sometimes when on the sickness side. You just trust them, or they got to tell us we're ready to go or not. And he said all before the game, I'm slow, I'm this, I'm not loose, yada yada. And so, and it carried through the whole game, and he couldn't shake it. And sometimes you got to mentally get it. And, if he ain't on, then that's why you have 11 other guys and you got enough other kids that can step up and do it. And they did, Cade and Calvin ran the football, our line blocked really, really well. And so others, I think, sensed that frustration of, we wanted to throw and they were giving us things to throw and it wasn't working. And then we was like, okay, this is how we have to do it, and that's okay. That's why you're a balanced football team, and that's what we want to be. And so I was real proud of Nate for fighting through it. And then when we needed something, he put it up for our athlete, go get it. And then proud of the rest of the guys for covering up, and helping carry something that wasn't working and getting the job done.
Yeah, I mean, what a throw and what a catch there by Jalen, in a crucial time.
Yeah, well, Coach Stewart, the Verona coach, he was at the Carthage Carthage Nixa game, and he goes, "What, did you have that play in the playbook? Your 33-yard play?" And I'm like, "Yeah, throw it up and hope it goes into our team." But here and there, when you have athletes, you gotta let them be athletes. And sometimes you think you have to be the athlete as a quarterback, and you don't. You just got to put it in ballpark and let them go get it. And Jalen, ridiculous catch. I mean, that was really,
wild.
really good catch. And it's probably, seen some that's close to that, but not in the situation. There was just, when you see that on Ozone, it's you see that catch, but where's the story with it,
Right.
And Jalen came down with it, and that was really, really good play.
Yeah, I'm talking a lot about last week, moving into this week, but it's really I felt like it was really a team effort, especially they're on the defensive side. I thought the defense played their best game of the year, and I mean everyone got involved. I mean that even included a couple of linemen catching interceptions.
Yeah, Brody Rinkers really, I think we said this in week one, the surprises. Brody Rinkers really filled that void at backer and at the end when we needed to, but a backer that we didn't expect to have. We didn't expect we needed that, but he's came in and done a really good job, and he's just gotten better and better each week, and he's putting himself in position to make the play. And, he had to punch the ball out, for a forced fumble, and then picks the ball off, and I mean, as a former lineman, for a kid to have that type of success, it's really awesome. And he's earned it. I mean, the kid worked hard. He comes every day. And he wore a lineman number, his whole career because he knew what to do, and he just wasn't quite grew into another position. And this year he's earned that. And for him to do that, and then Mason Neely, he, the kid's just a raw kid that just goes and plays, and sometimes don't know what he's doing, or that just plays football, and for him to be in a position to catch a screen pass, in that time of this game was really, really cool. And so I'm happy for both those kids.
Yeah, and on his return, it was almost like a just get down, but he looked like he wanted to take it all the way.
And that's the part where he has no idea what he's doing.
Right.
Most guys would have just fell. He doesn't know. He's never been in that situation, so he just
He's ready to the house. But we were talking, kind of like with Brody, a guy that's kind of came out and had a very, very good first half of the season that I feel is Charlie Langston.
Yeah.
Freshman. He stepped up, and it just seems like at times he's just all over the field.
Charlie was a kid we knew was going to be a good athlete, good size. I mean, how many kids come in at 6'1", 175, and he's a good sized kid, and he's another one that worked real hard in the summer, and we had no plans of playing him on Friday nights. I mean, that was in my head I'm thinking we have an opportunity to let this kid develop, and if he cracks the lineup, he cracks it because he's beat people out, and we had a spot open up, and then you had Brody step in. and then you had Charlie fill another package. And Charlie is just he is a man amongst boys at his age, and he's getting better and better. And the ceiling for him is really, really high because of that size and that motor. I mean, we're only seeing a smidgen of what the potential is, and very, very pleased. He still makes those 14-year-old mistakes, but it's not that bad,
So moving forward, coming into this week, I know we talked about it a little bit last week, but before the game, honoring the '94 state championship team, just talk again, just how special is it going to be? Not only just with that group getting to see this year's rendition of the Cardinals, but also this year's rendition of the Cardinals, be amongst and talk with those legends of the past.
Yeah, it's a real cool experience. That group was very, very special. Obviously, they won the state championship, only lose one game, but you
were part of that as well.
No, I had a couple claims of fame in that little deal, but I was a sophomore at that deal. But that group was it was special because they weren't the most talented football team in Miller history, and we've had some really, really good teams. Yeah. But what put that one apart is they were just so relentless at wanting to win. And, so every aspect that was on that team, there was 35 of us, and from the top to the bottom was just worked their tail off. And the only reason the kids, juniors down, knew that is because of that senior class. And they instilled that winning mentality and toughness. It was just ruthless individuals that everybody just followed them. And that's the stuff we preach to these kids. You got to set this tone, but it's a mental approach is all it is. And if you get your mind right, then you can do a lot of things that you have no idea you can do. And it's just really cool that the stuff we preach that this '94 team did. And then we have Coach Hurst, who is helping us this year, Bo Hurst. He was a linebacker and right guard, or left guard, one of the two. He played guard. And, he's been able to help and, speak that as well. And so it's really cool that these guys get to see them and meet them, but also, maybe put on a show. That's something that, they know those kids did, and they did it one way, and that was with a ridiculous effort. But be able to, these kids get to perform and show what they have. And I think, so far we've shown glimpses at times, and it's these kids are, I think, really, really excited to be able to put that full thing together for them.
Yeah. So, a really good Ash Grove team coming in. They've been kind of in and out of the top 10 rankings. Number 9 coming in this week. You have a tremendous opportunity to really make some noise around the state and around the class and in the conference. Just kind of talk about what you've seen from them on film.
They play really hard. Coach Longman, he's probably the most impressive coach because he's maximizing the talent that he has and puts his kids in a position to be really, really successful. And so those kids play hard. And, he's got some athletes. There's about 4 athletes that are pretty good. And, they're going to carry him. And the rest of the 7 are following suit. They're following those 3 leaders. And so they play hard, and they're going to come and hit you. And that means offense and defense. And, it's going to be a battle. There's no doubt about it. And kind of the most impressive thing is they don't shoot themselves in the foot. They take care of the football. They don't get costly penalties, and they just methodically just put themselves in position to win a football game. And so it's going to be a good battle. I think the kids are excited. I'm happy for them to be ranked because they deserve it, and maybe even a little higher. Who knows? But it's cool for these kids to get the experience to be able to go against a team that's going to be a very, very sound opponent.
The quarterback, Reese, is tremendous athlete. Not even just on the football field, on the basketball court as well. I got a got a chance to see him, on the basketball court last year, and just really athletic. Just what goes into kind of a defensive game plan, knowing, they have such a playmaker there at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, Reese is, he's a coach's son, and he knows what to do and when to do it, and so he's a smash mouth kid. I mean, you talk about an old school type of player, that's him. He's going to smack you when he runs it, and when he's on defense, you're going to know that he's where he's at. And so that's the thing is, you got to be aware where that kid is, and you got to stop the best, and he's one of them. I mean, I'm very, very impressed with the progression that he's over the years, and so it's going to be a tough battle to go against him.
I'm going to ask you to end on the same question I've ended on with you for the first 5 weeks. How do we go 1-0 this week?
How we go 1-0 is to not turn the ball over and no penalties. If we can control ourselves, if we can play like Ashgrove, and as in that style of football, don't hurt yourself, put yourself in a position, we have a very, very good chance of winning the football game. I like our kids, obviously, but I like the skill set our kids present. And if we can get the football in the most successful point for each one of those skill kids and take care of it, and I like our chances. And that says take care of the football and no penalties, and we'll be on the right side of it.
Well, Coach, thank you again for sitting down with us. We're getting close to kickoff. We're about 5-10 minutes away. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Friday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you, Coach Hill, for sitting down and talking with us for just a little bit ahead of this one. I thought he said a lot of really interesting things, kind of first and foremost, kind of talking about some of the personal fouls and just got to be smart, more than anything. 7 personal fouls called against the Cardinals a week ago. And, that might get you by against a team like Diamond. However, once you get to a team as good as Ashgrove and as disciplined as Ashgrove is going to be, you're going to have to play clean football. So let's take a look at the starters. Starting for the Miller defense, it's going to be Jared Long, Blake Walters, Jalen Matson, Trenton Pierce in the back as our defensive backs. Linebacker Colton Brown, Caden Calvin, Brody Rinker. But I would expect to see a lot of Charlie Langston. The freshman is, we talked a lot about him with Coach Hill as well. I expect him to have a big part in this game as well. On the defensive line, Connor Pendleton, Owen Dempster Mason, and Connor Neely. Looking at the Ashgrove offense, it's going to be led by Kyler Reese. Kyler Reese, a running back by trade. However, he's going to be your starting quarterback. Started at quarterback last week against Pierce City and had a lot of success. So that's a little wrinkle in this Ashgrove offense that it's going to start to irritate me. All right. Starting on defense starting on offense for the Cardinals, it's going to be Nate Hill at the quarterback position. Nate struggled a little bit last week against Diamond. It's going to be crucial for the Cardinals for him to bounce back and have a big time bounce back game here. Caden Calvin and Owen Dempster is going to see time at running back. Receivers, Jared Long, Blake Walters, Owen Weiss, and Jalen Matson. Those are going to be the 4 guys you're going to want to look out for. And they even put in a bit of a tush push play there for Jared Long last week in Diamond, where he got to play a little bit of hero ball as he got to score a couple of touchdowns there for the Cardinals. The Acostas, Brock Long, and Harrison Thompson is going to be the secondary for the Ashgrove defense. Linebackers, Kyler Reese, Amon Crockett, Sawyer Burks in the linebackers, Peyton Self, Landon Lobsdell, Gabe Minorky, and Ryan Troxel on the defensive line. Taking a look at what happened across the Southwest Conference a week ago, as we're about 2.5 minutes as the teams are meeting at midfield. It was these Ashgrove Pirates narrowly defeating Pierce City in what was a very good game there on Friday night. Marionville had no problem with the Central Bulldogs, 60-6. as the little guys from Marionville went in and beat the big Class 5 Central Bulldogs. In Diamond, we had a wild one. We talked to you a little bit about that. 12-8, the Miller Cardinals get in the win column against the Diamond Wildcats. And Stockton, the Tigers down the Bears, Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my, 49-21 in favor of the Stockton Tigers. In Urbana, the Skyline Tigers defeated the Lathrop Mules 32-20. Taking a look at the Southwest Conference standings, Marionville sits on top ahead of Stockton by a half a game. Pierce City, Ash Grove, and Miller all sit one game behind the Comets, but each actually technically a game and a half behind. As we are getting ready to take the kickoff here, Sircoxie, Skyline, and Diamonds rounded up. And we're going to look at the district standings. We'll talk a little bit more about the district standings as the night progresses. But Marionville and Adrian lead the way as a 1 and 2, number 1 and number 3 in Class 1. Ash Grove and Windsor, number 7, number 9, also state ranked. So it's going to be a tough district. Miller currently sits at number 10 with 27 points. A win tonight would be a big help for the Cardinals come district seedings and come the playoffs. Take a look at some of the what's going on around the area right now. Let's start just in the Southwest Conference. We got Stockton traveling to Central, Marionville going to Diamond, Skyline in Pierce City, and El Dorado Springs traveling to Sircoxie. Let's go ahead and let's take it down to the field as we got a rainbow. The outer rim of the hurricane that has been affecting Florida is just outside of just to the east of us here in Miller, and you can see we got a little bit of a rainbow there, and it's kind of hard to see on camera here, but we got football getting ready to be played. We'll talk about rainbows later. As Jared Long is going to, and the ball's gonna be muffed, and the official blew it dead. However, the ball popped out late. That might have been an inadvertent whistle that benefits the Ash Grove Pirates. Be 1st and 10, however, for the Ash Grove Pirates. Kyler Reese can be the guy that's running this Pirate offense. We're going to have a 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. And this one's going to be run by Burks. Burks going to be brought down. Short gain. And a flag thrown. And it looks like it's going to be a personal foul on Blake Walters. This has been a theme of the season for the Miller Cardinals. Just cannot get out of their own way. Too many personal fouls. Too many preventable penalties. And you know, and that's something that you can do and get by playing the Diamonds of the world. But whenever Ash Grove comes to that town, you have got to be more disciplined than that. Because now instead of being set up at a 2nd and long, you got a 1st and 10 from the 16. Reese can go right up the middle. Big hole forms and ball's out. Do they call him down? I think he was down. The ground can't cause a fumble. I think the ground caused that one. Fortunate there for the Pirates. That's going to be a gain of 11 and a first down, 1st and 10 from the 6. And going to go right back to Reese up the middle. He's going to, looks like he's going to pick up a couple. Gain of 2. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Second and goal from the 3-yard line here, and the ball comes out, but it's going to be bounced right back up to Reese, and Reese is going to waltz in for a 3-yard touchdown, and the Pirates strike first. And and that you got to go back to the personal foul that that put them in that field position to capitalize on short yardage. The Pirates look to go for 2 here. And Reese can go to the left side, and he's going to be upended and going to be stopped short of the end zone. Big time stop there by the Miller defense. However, they are going to have to play from behind once again. 6-0's your score. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Miller as the Pirates look to kick the ball off. Maybe not. Looked like we were crooked for just a second. Pretty good. Pirates take advantage of a couple penalties there by the Cardinals, and 6-0 is your score, and Matson's going to step out of bounds on the return. It looked like he stuck one arm out. The ball was going out of bounds, but Matson stuck an arm out, touched it, so I felt the panic and had to make a move. Can we bring out the Cardinal offense? Getting nice intel from the school nurse that he has been sick all day today, so he's battling through a little bit of illness. But you know what? At this point in the school year, who's not been a little under the weather? Caden Calvin gets the opening carry of the game, gonna be brought down for a gain of nothing. Nate Hill looking to bounce back after. I think he would be the first to make a bit of a rough game last week at Diamond. A couple of missed throws, had a big penalty that forced a 3rd and 38. Hill back to pass, and ball's tipped up and intercepted. It was looking for. I'm not even sure who he was looking for. Braden Williams. Ball on a little screen pass. Ball gets tipped up, and just like that, the Pirates are back in business. It looked like he waited and delayed just a split second there, and that's what allowed the Ashgrove defense to jump the screen pass there and just hit the ball up. And at that point, it's just a tip drill. As Reese is going to go deep to the end zone and incomplete, just out of the hands of the receiver, Jalen Madsen, on the coverage. Alex Acosta, the intended receiver there. Second and 10 from the 25. Cardinals defense looking for a stop. Kyler Reese up the middle, and he is just carrying Cardinals on his back. Good, strong run there from Reese. Big gain of about 8. Big gain of 9. Bring up 3rd and 1. And the Miller defense was good a week ago at getting off the field on these 3rd and shorts. However, they've struggled to contain Reese up to this point, and Reese going take it right up the middle again, gonna fall forward, and I should be enough for a first. And indeed it is. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line, I believe it's gonna be, or from the 6. Yeah, 13. And this offensive line from Ash Grove, they're not the biggest, as Reese is going to look to throw, and incomplete. Pass intended to Acosta again. They're not the biggest line that the Cardinals are going to see this year. I believe that's going to belong to Stockton. However, they are experienced, most of them being 2-3-year starters. Peyton Self and Amon Crockett, both were all conference selections a year ago. Amon Crockett was a all conference lineman last year, moved to tight end for this year, and now back on the line as Reese is going to go up the middle for a short gain. Bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and probably gain of 2. Reese already up to 44 rushing yards. He's had a hot start to the game. Reese looking to pass and throws it in traffic, and what a catch! Who was that? Number 10, Jaden Hands, the sophomore, coming across the middle. Tremendous reception there, in for the, or not quite, didn't quite make it into the end zone. But I mean, that was a ill-advised throw by Reese. However, it didn't matter because Hands, it was just made a good, strong catch there, as Reese is going to take it up the middle, and no signal yet. Looks like they're going to mark him short of the goal line. 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. We are out of water breaks finally for the 2024 season. Second and goal from the 1-yard line. This one going back to Reese. Reese brought down. This one's going to be close again. Does not get it in. This could be a massive, massive defensive stand on their own goal line if this Miller defense is able to get off the field here. You would anticipate they would have to hold Ash Grove 2 more times. They get ready for the run up the middle. by Reese, and he's going to go again, go just to the outside, and this time he's going to make it in. He loses the ball there at the end, but he was already across for a Ash Grove touchdown, his second rushing touchdown of the game. $12-0's your score right now. 4:25 remaining in the opening quarter, and it's been about as nightmarish of a start for the Cardinals as you could have drawn up. Kyler Reese by himself. He's going to throw it. Ball up. Wobbler. And a tremendous catch there. Looks like that was Madsen on the coverage. And he had decent positioning, but a tremendous catch there by number 12, Harrison Thompson, the junior. And 14-0 is your score here. But get about midway through the opening quarter. We're going to step aside. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back out to Miller, where the Ash Grove Pirates, looking like the number 9 team in the state, 14-0 here early on. And a kick out to, and it looks like we're having an illegal procedure on the kickoff. That had a few, looked a little, just, timing was just off there, and it looked like a couple of the gunners took off just a hair early. And we're having some scoreboard issues. Well, welcome you back out to Miller as we are honoring the 1994 state championship team here at halftime, and some familiar names on that roster, starting with a little sophomore by the name of Derek Hill, who currently the leader of the 2024 Miller Cardinals, along with Bo Hurst, who's an assistant, came on this year. Hurst was a senior, played a big role as one of the linebackers on that squad. Josh Rinker also on that team as a senior, as a senior defensive back. His son Brody, we've already called his name a couple times. That team had wins, open up the season with a 49-6 win over these Ash Grove Pirates. Next up was a 14-6 win over friendly little rival down the road, Mount Vernon. 43-0 win over over Greenfield. Their lone loss of the season came again at the hands of the Marionville Comets, 22-20, and then wins over some current powers in high school football, 29-6 over Fair Grove, 59-7 over Stratford, 23-6 Stockton, Pierce City 45-6, and Sircoxie 46-8. As looks like Lung gets the ball on the return. Then the playoffs defeated Thayer in their opener in the sectional round, 28-20. Beat Brentwood in the quarterfinal, 26-14. Beat Adrian 18-15 in the semifinal, and then close it out with a 20-0 shutout over Tarkio. Looks like we are back here after that return. As the Miller offense is going to look to get something going after
Inside receiver.
Nate's going to pull it down on a keeper. He's going to make the first guy, he's going to make a guy miss, but now he's going to run backwards.
Good.
It looks like he had a seam up the middle and decided to try to juke it back outside. I think probably took a couple yards back. But nevertheless, he's going to have a gain of 3. Absolutely dropped Sawyer Burks to his knees. Burks was ready to lay the boom on the Miller quarterback. And after a little juke move, Hill was nowhere to be seen. 2nd and 7 here. Walters goes in motion, and it's going to be another keeper by Hill, and a good, strong run. Can bring the ball up to the 49. Picked up gain of 4. Can be about 3rd and 5 from the 49-yard line. And so far, Ash Grove been playing with 2 high safeties, looking to maybe calm down the air attack. Looks like they're going to drop him down here for this 3rd down. Hill looks to throw. He's looking. He has plenty of time. Has Jared Long wide open over the middle of the field. Makes the first guy miss. He's going. He's got space in front of him, and he will score. Jared Long looking like a gazelle, making guys miss. 49-yard touchdown, and the Cardinals strike back. That was the definition of a team play right there. Hill could have sat down and had a barbecue in the backfield as he had so much time there. And now the Cardinals look for the extra point. Long has struggled kicking extra points up to this point in the season, and the ball looks like it's going to get tipped just a little bit and no good. But nevertheless, the Cardinals on the board, 14-6 after the 49-yard strike from senior classmates Nate Hill to Jared Long. We'll step aside. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Miller, as we've got some fireworks here going on after a interception on the first possession. The Miller offense responds with a 49-yard touchdown from Nate Hill to Jared Long. Jared Long looking like a gazelle, just weaving through this secondary of the Astro Pirates. And I mentioned something about bringing their 2 high safeties down. And a good kick here, and it's going to roll to the 1-yard line. And Alex Acosta looked like he thought it was going to go into the end zone. It didn't. There was a big time mistake there by the sophomore, and a terrific kick there by Jared Long. What a sequence there by the senior.
About the 8-yard line.
We're going to start at the 8-yard line. Oh. And that was actually Connor Neely on the kick. And looks like ball came out. Cardinals saying they have it. And they do! Turnover. It was like Mason Neely was in there first for the Cardinals. Forced the fumble, and Miller is got the ball back on about the 6-yard line.
Go, Caden.
Caden Calvin with the carry up the middle, going to be brought down. Just like a short gain, maybe one.
Second down to go. 5.
2nd and 5.
Go, Nate.
Nate on the keeper here. Can be brought down. You have to forgive me. There's a member of the 94. And you know that me and my family went to the Oklahoma-Tennessee game a week ago, and almost the same situation. The Oklahoma defense forced a fumble on the 5-yard line. However, the offense gave it right back to them, and whistle's gonna be blown. Timeout called by Miller. They're gonna talk this one over. They sense it being a big moment here in this game, but after the defense of Oklahoma forcing a fumble on their own 5-yard line against a really good Tennessee team, the Oklahoma offense gave it right back to him that next possession or that next play, and got nothing out of it. So that was a big time conversion there by the Cardinals. We're going to step aside for just a moment. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Miller as the Cardinals looking to convert a 2-point conversion here with a minute and a half remaining here in the opening quarters. Hill is going to be forced to run, and he brings it down, Jared Long, and that's going to tie the ball game 14 apiece. And just like that, the Cardinals erased a 14-0 deficit just 4 minutes into, or about 6 minutes into this game. They were, and in less than about 4 minutes of game time, we are tied at 14. What an opening quarter this has been. You know, it's been a we've had a tremendous run. Me and Billy have of just some very, very good games that we've been to, starting with the Diamond and Miller game last Thursday night, and then got to see Clever knock off a nearly state-ranked Forsyth team for their biggest win in their program history. And so we're looking to keep the run going here with another good game here in Miller, as Neely's going to kick it away. And this time it's going to be caught and returned by Acosta. And Acosta brought down. Big time tackle. Charlie Langston. We talked a lot about him with Coach Hill leading up to this game and just the impact of the original line of scrimmage. But we're going to step aside. 14-14 your score here in Miller as we move on to the second quarter of play. You're watching high school football with Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Clever, and we have a guest celebrity, Kid Rock, in the stands. I'm just kidding. That's not actually Kid Rock, but the resemblance there is definitely uncanny. 3rd and long here for the Ash Grove offense. The Miller defense looking to get off the field on what would be a tremendous defensive stand. Breeze back to throw. Ball is up and incomplete. A trio of Cardinals there. And 2 of them are down. Jalen Madsen and and we have another injured Cardinal. I believe it's Blake Walters, the other one down. And it's going to be 4th down for the Miller Cardinals. But, it looked like, a couple of really good breaks on the ball by Madsen and Walters both. And,
Oh yeah, Jack.
it looks like Nate Hill is going to come in and play some special teams. Long back deep as Walters getting off the field with an injury. It looked like him and Madsen kind of collided there just a little bit. And a good punt.
Go, Jared.
And Jared's going to muff it, but he's going to pick it up and a good return. And made a first couple guys miss. And talk about making something out of nothing. Long got a very fortunate bounce. And it almost worked out in his favor as the Pirates collapsed on the ball, and Jared was able to wiggle his way out of a little bit of danger there. Caden Calvin with the flags are going to be thrown, and it looks like the Cardinals are going to start with the 1st and 15. Be a false start. Sounds like Owen Weiss is going to be called for the false start. Owen Weiss. He's told whenever he makes a mistake, you hear his dad Brandon Weiss on the sideline. Nate Hill, Caden Calvin in the backfield. And Hill looking for somebody who's going to run it. He'll go to the outside. And he's going to just shimmy and shake. And the official got knocked over. And,
he can take.
nice play there by Nate Hill using the screen by the official.
Give something that vibe.
Be a gain of about 4 there. A lot of shaking and shimmying for a gain of 4.
Oh no, behind.
Oh, it was a 1st and 15. That's gonna be a gain of 10. And that's why I have my partner in crime, Billy Beaver, here. Let me know when I say something dumb. And Hill makes the wrong read there on the read option, and he loses probably about 3. Loss of 1. You know something I'd like to see out of this Cardinal offense? They were able to get Caden Calvin going the last couple of weeks as he approached 100 yards running the ball. Only 2 carries for 2 yards up to this point. And right on cue, back to Calvin, and a hole opens up. He busts through it. Big gain up to the 20-yard line. And that should be enough for a Miller Cardinal first down. Right on cue. The senior running back makes a big explosive play. I mean, you saw that hole open up, split like the Red Sea. And Caden Calvin has enough speed there to make the Ashgrove defense pay. And the Cardinals are in business once again, down on their own, on the Pirates' 22-yard line. Hill's going to keep it himself this time. He's going to bust a tackle, go to the outside, and a big hit. He runs over a linebacker. A gain of 5 there. And that was a one.
Flip it.
What do you mean flip it?
So the camera. So
out. The may have been the wrong read again there by Hill. However, he runs into the back of his lineman, able to make something out of nothing there. 2nd and 5. And go back to Calvin, and he's gonna jump over a couple of Ashgrove defensive linemen.
No gain, 3rd down for the Cardinals.
But no gains can bring up 3rd down once again. Yeah, 3rd and 5 as the Cardinals look to convert here. Just under 10 minutes remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Calvin in the backfield once again, and Hill's going to look to throw. He's going to scramble around in the backfield. He's going to go to the outside. He's got room. He's going. Ball comes out. And, but it looks like we got some laundry, and it's going to be a hold on the Cardinals. And once again, a big play erased by a penalty by the Cardinals. And this is just becoming a theme of the season, where it looked like it was going to be a 1st and goal from the 1. It's going to come back and be a 3rd and 15.
Hold it out with just a hand. Needs to tuck the ball.
Holding against the Cardinals.
That could be tough.
Still be 3rd down.
Ball control issues really by both teams here early on. But, I mean, runs like that, I mean, it's preventable. Tuck the ball, run. You're not getting to the end zone. There's no reason why the ball should be out like that. Hill scrambles to the far side. He's going to throw it to the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown! Cardinals. 27-yard touchdown, 3rd and 15.
Okay, Rod.
And Jared Long makes another big time play. Caden Calvin, big block in the backfield.
Hey!
And 2-point conversion is good. This one going. I I didn't see who.
That was 34 card.
Colton Brown on the receiving end of a 2-point conversion. You don't see that very often. And something else we haven't seen at all this season. The Cardinals have a lead here early in the game in this first half. 22-14. We're going to step aside as the Cardinals are going to kick it off. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Miller, Missouri, where we may have something brewing here. The Cardinals lead the number 9 ranked Ashgrove Pirates 22-14 as the Cardinals kick it off. This time, 13 Chase Acosta, the freshman, big return to be brought down there about the 35-yard line. And the Miller defense, who's made play after play so far in this game, comes back out onto the field.
35-yard line.
Jack Shearer in on the tackle. First and 10 from the 35, 8.5 minutes remaining here in this opening half of play.
Fast.
And Kyler Reese overthrows their big tight end, Jaden Hans. And that was fortunate there by the Cardinals. There was a lot of space there around Hansen. Kyler Reese just overshot him. Bring up 2nd and 10. Reese and Burks in the backfield. And bring a man in motion. Reese looking to throw again. And a good strong throw to Harrison Thompson. This one just through the wickets. Brings up a 3rd down.
Let's go, D.
22-14's the score here. Miller's holding on to a lead. 3rd and 10 here. A stop here could be a major moment in this game.
What's deep?
Kyler Reese goes to the outside. He's got some space and a tackle there by Caden Calvin. However, I think it's going to be enough for a first down. Reese didn't look the pass, didn't see anything, was able to make it to the far side, make it around the corner, and a big gain there for the Pirates. And I think that was a major play in this game, as a 3 and out there would have been absolutely devastating for the Pirate offense. Reese going to keep on the keeper and be brought down backwards. I believe that was Brody Rinker in there first once again. Rinker was in there first, but it was finished by a little bit of everybody. It may have been Langston. Second,
One.
Reese looks to throw. Thompson with the catch. This one doesn't make it through go through the hands. And a nice play, throw and catch there from Kyler Reese to Harry Thompson. Be a gain of 7 there.
Looked like they jumped offside, or they flinched a little bit when you jumped a little bit offside.
And I was kind of surprised there wasn't a flag there to start. There was a. It looked like Miller might have jumped the snap there. Looked like there's a flinch. And the same thing happens there. And a pass complete there to Harrison Thompson. And it looked like Matson had an opportunity to jump the route there, but no can do. As a gain of 4 there is going to be enough to move the chains. Ball in the 44 of the Miller Cardinals as we approach the 6-minute mark. Won't have to step aside for a water timeout.
Come on, boys.
And Kyler Reese going to take it up the middle and a big gain up to the 35-yard line. Bring up that's a gain of 9. Kyler Reese up to 64 yards of rushing up to this point. He does have those 2 touchdowns, but also has a fumble that kind of sparked this 22-0 run by the Cardinals. But it looks like they're in business to respond here. And it looks like they had found their guy, and a flag is thrown kind of away from the play. We'll have to see what the call is. Kind of in a weird spot to throw it. Could be an illegal man downfield. But stop me if you heard this again. You heard this before. A personal foul called against the Cardinals.
Personal foul.
And I think I think somebody said a word you're not kind of afraid that they're going to call that a horse collar there on Connor Neely. But instead it's going to be a gain of nothing, or a loss of 2. Good tackle there by Neely. Reese looks to throw and threw it into coverage, and a flag can be thrown by the side judge. We'll see what the call is here. And a hold against the Pirates.
Holding against the Pirates.
And it looks like they're going to accept it. That's kind of an interesting area there. You decline that. You're looking at third and about 12. Stats can bring up a 2nd and country mile. About 3rd and 20.
For the Pirates.
And Reese is going to take it himself and just keep breaking tackles. And Colton Brown had him in the backfield. However, he was able to just wiggle his way out. A gain of about 3 or 4.
Third down is about 15.
3rd and 15 here for the Ash Grove Pirates. Can't say I'm tremendously familiar with their kicker, but you would imagine it's a 4 down territory. If I know Class 1 kickers. Empty set here. Got quads on one side. Reese gets hit as he throws. And Trenton Pierce just out of his reach. Incomplete. And Owen Dempster laid the boom on Kyler Reese as the ball was thrown. And I will say, as well as Kyler Reese has played here in this opening half, running the ball, he's had some. He's thrown the ball into a little bit of danger. I will put it that way. And this brings up a 4th and 15. Got one man in the backfield, and he's going to motion on out. Empty set. Reese looking to throw. He's going to go up the middle and nearly intercepted. However, Jared Long said that was a big time 100 IQ play there by Jared Long. Instead of getting the ball there on the 2 or 3 yard line, ball's going to come out to the 21. And the Miller defense bended but did not break as they forced a turnover on downs by the Ash Grove Pirates.
So it starts on the 21-yard line.
First and 10 here, and it's going to be a run to the outside. Caden Callan brought down. Big time tackle there by number 9, Kyler Reese.
Reese loses 6 yards.
Be a loss of 6. I think someone missing a blocking assignment there. As
Fullback.
as Calvin had no hope on that run. We'll put it that way. 3 minutes remaining here in the opening half. The Miller Cardinals looking to maybe put one more on the board here before we go into halftime. And Calvin is going to be brought down. He's going to go forward this time, but not for very much. This is going to be an interesting decision here. See if we're going to either try to go deep here on a 3rd and 15 or let the clock run a little bit, kick the ball off to him with about 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. We'll see how they want to play it. Jalen Masson's had kind of and Hill's going to go to the outside, and I would imagine Ash Grove's going to take a timeout here, but nothing. And I think Coach Hill is just going to let the time run down as much as possible. They're not even going to have to run a play until about 1 minute 25. Actually, 1 minute 20. I don't hate that decision there by Coach Hill there. You got all the momentum right now. Last thing you want is a 50-50 ball to be thrown up and be intercepted, and all of a sudden you have an Ash Grove offense with 3 timeouts, minute and a half. At that point, been 1 minute and about 45 seconds, and on their own side of the field, Owen and Weiss a chance to punt the ball away and play the field position battle here. Timeout was called there by Miller. We're going to step aside. Yeah, 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining here in the opening half. Miller here in just a second. We'll take a look at what's in Acosta.
Yeah.
Kind of another dangerous throw there by Kyler Reese.
He's very experienced.
And you can see Kyler Reese stepping in as a quarterback last week, making his first start against Pierce City. Was very efficient, however, 14 for 16 throwing the ball, but was very good on the ground with 205 rushing yards.
Watch the bubble.
2nd and 10.
On the room.
Kyler Reese under tremendous pressure, and Neely's on his butt, but is going to get to the outside, and he's still going. And Reese, what an athlete. He showed it off there as he made a whole lot made a whole lot out of nothing there as a second and 10 turns into a third and inches.
Brings up a third down.
Seneca leads Aurora 42-7 here in the second half. And Reese is looking to throw, and he's got a man, Thompson, there at the 20-yard line, brought down inbounds. That's going to be a gain of about 8. That's going to be enough for a first down. The defense looking for a big stop here. 45 seconds remaining. And I still don't know why Ashgrove hasn't used any of their timeouts to stop the clock. Reese looking, shaking, and baking, and can be brought down at about the 7. And then
Reach again on the carry. Astros call timeout.
And there, Ashgrove's going to call their first timeout of the half. They still got 2 left here with 32 seconds. The Miller defense is, they're going to have to buck up here for a stop here inside their own red zone. After a couple of big plays, has Ashgrove looking to tie the game up here before the break. Take a look at some of the scores around the area. Marionville leads Diamond 38-8 at halftime. Seneca leads Aurora 42-7. No score yet on the Lamar Mount Vernon. Nixa leads Lebanon 21-6. Carthage over Willard 21-14 at the break. East Newton leads number 8 Nevada 7-6 at halftime. Stratford over Reed Spring 14-8. Joplin leads Republic 14-7. Webb City over Neosho 7-0. Kickapoo defeated Glendale last night in a rare Thursday night game for Springfield schools 27-14. Bolivar over Marshfield 33-0. 28 seconds remaining. And Reese looking to throw, and he's hit as he throws, and incomplete. And Neely and Dempster was both in right on top of him. And that's another dangerous throw by the junior quarterback. 22-14 here, third and goal from the 8. Miller defense needs 2 more stops right here. Burks and Reese in the backfield. Man goes in motion. Reese looking to throw. He's got a man open, and he's going to be brought down short of the goal line. That was number 19.
Brought down by a couple Cardinals.
Brock Long.
4th down for the Pirates.
Be a gain of about 4, and a timeout's going to be called.
Fourth and goal.
15 seconds remaining here in this opening half, but it's going to be this halftime talk is going to be decided by 3 yards here. Can this Miller defense bend but not break yet again?
38-8.
It's been a tremendous game up to this point for the Miller Cardinals. Definitely have the momentum. The sideline not quite as loud as it had been earlier in this quarter. I'd like to see them get the energy back up. I've been saying it for 2 years now. When there's energy on the sideline, they play very, very, very well.
50 minutes ago.
As of 50 minutes ago, Mount Vernon leads Lamar 7-6. About halfway through, or was about 4 minutes remaining there in the opening quarter. Don't know what the score is yet. 4th and goal here from the 3-yard line. Look for the keeper from Reese. Reese is looking to throw, and knocked down. What a defensive stand there by the Miller Cardinal defense. Knocked down there by, I believe that was Walters. What a big time play there. And I don't quite understand what play call that was from Ash Grove. It's easy for me to be critical up here in the press box, but I mean, Miller has not been able to stop Kyler Reese the entire game. And I mean, I don't know how many pass attempts they tried there, and to have and they just used their final timeout, but you could have had plenty of time left to try to try to punch that one in. At the halftime break up the road, Mount Vernon leads Lamar, the state power, 21-18 at the halftime break. Could be a good night here in Lawrence County.
They're actually at Lamar. Not very big thing here.
Oh, that game's actually at Lamar. I wonder when the last time Lamar went into the halftime break trailing. Be first and goal from the 3-yard line. 10 seconds left. Miller just cannot have a loss of 3 on this play. And looks like Lung on the carry. And that's going to field and punch it in for a 6-0 lead there. Miller would then turn the ball over on their their second offensive play. An interception thrown by Nate Hill after it was kind of tipped up and around for a little bit. Ash Grove would capitalize with another 1-yard touchdown run by Kyler Reese. Make it 14-0 here with 4 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. Miller would respond with a 49-yard touchdown pass. Nate Hill to Jared Lung on that ensuing possession, 14-6. A fumble recovered forced by Mason Neely on the 6-yard line. Getting ready to score. Set up a 2-yard touchdown run by Nate Hill. 2-point conversion was good as Hill would find Lung on tie the game up at 14. Going into the second quarter, Ash Grove started the second half with a punt, or second quarter. I'm losing it. It would open the second quarter with a punt, a 37-yard touchdown pass from Hill to Lung. Their second connection of the game made it 22-14. Then Hill would find none other. Tell me if you had this on your bingo card. The Colton Brown for a 2-point conversion. And then a turnover on downs by Ash Grove. Miller would have to punt, but that gives us our 22-14 lead. We're going to step aside for just a second. We got a special interview coming up with one of Miller's own. Brady Johnson is going to be joining us for a halftime interview. We're going to step aside for just a second while we get him set up. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back here in Miller at halftime, and we are joined by a special guest, Brady Johnson, Miller grad, in the house here. First off, I mean, what an opening half there by the Cardinals.
That was very good opening half. If we keep the ball rolling, it's going to be a good night.
So, Brady,
graduated a couple years ago at Evangel, playing ball. First, I mean, let's just start there. Just how's opening a couple weeks of baseball been?
It's been very good. First year, your freshman year is always going to be a little rough. This year's going good. New coaching staff, new philosophy going on, so we're staying strong this year.
So catcher,
Yes, sir.
Still catching, right?
Yes, sir. Every day.
So I was never a catcher. I was always a middle infielder. Just talking about just what's the approach like? Start going from play for Snyder for a couple years here, and now playing at the second level. Just kind of talk about the mentality there.
Of course. I mean, I've always had a different coach every year since my 7th grade, so learning to adapt is huge. Coach Snyder hammered us really hard, and going into Evangel, it kind of set me up for success. Being the quarterback or being the catcher, you're always kind of the quarterback of the field. So taking charge is very important with these pitchers now.
So Brady, you're also taking a few steps in my footsteps. I would say I influenced you. I know I had no influence on it, but you're starting to do some videography, doing some photography. Just kind of, how did the interest in that start?
Actually, it kind of started out as a joke. My mom always took pictures for us, and finally she kind of got a little tired of it. I said, well, why don't I pick it up? Started out as a joke, and all of a sudden these moms started loving it. So, one thing led to another. Now I'm working full time on top of doing baseball. So it's going very good, building very well. The real life is treating me very well.
Well, it's funny you said that. It started as a joke. I started all my media stuff as a joke in college because I wanted a free pass for the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah.
So me and some of my buddies started a podcast, and next thing you know, we have a whole operation going. So sometimes those jokes can end up being some of the best things in the world.
Of course.
So I see you at games all over the place. Just what does your spring look like? I know it's hard or your fall look like. I know it's hard to juggle baseball, let alone doing a lot of high school. But I see you around with Pete, everywhere. So just how's that been working out?
It's going very good. With the new coaching staff, we have 6 a.m. practice every day. So I'm 6 a.m. to pretty much 10 o'clock every night. Wake up for morning weights, and I got classes from roughly like 10 to noon, 10 to 1. And then, we got 4-hour practice ahead of us. So you got to grind it out. And then your real life job starts. Now taking pictures, you're going to every school in the area, trying to build your program. And, it's great because, you build great connections, and then you got to do your homework. You got to do your editing. So that's great. But Pete, yeah, I love Pete. He definitely helped me get my foot out there in the real life and, kind of guide me a little bit. And especially you, kind of going to these other schools, you got to talk. Talking is very important nowadays. So being able to communicate, set connections is great now.
Yeah, definitely a business about connections.
Of course.
And I'm telling you, I started seeing your stuff float around on Instagram last year, and I'll be honest, I had no clue. I had no clue who was posting them. I would see you at a couple games, but I had no clue that was you putting things together. I'm just over here thinking, man, this is dope. Like who's putting this together? So you have done an absolutely tremendous job. Extremely early on and everything. So I'm definitely excited to see how you continue to grow and do that. So, well, we are honoring the 1994 state championship team as we speak. But Brady, I'm gonna let you go here. We got one more question here. Miller up 22-14 over a state ranked team. This could be a big moment here for Miller. Honoring the 94 state championship team. What do you think the Cardinals are going to have to do to pull this one out?
The freebie game is going to be huge. The turnovers, the penalties, stuff like that. We didn't teach that in college. A freebie game is what wins and loses you games. We're driving the ball very well, but the mentality has to stay there. We play for these guys right here in front of us. I mean, I know most of these guys like my second dad. So, having these guys out here, we play for them, play for the brothers around us, play for the community. So it's going to be a good night.
Well, Brady, thanks for taking a few minutes to come up and join us. I heard you were going to be out here, and I gotta get him on at some point. So thank you very much. I'll let you get going. We're about 12 minutes away from football. We're going to kick it back down to one of our sponsors, the Clever Barn, for while we await the second half. Hello, everybody. Skyline Akins with Southwest Missouri Sports here. Joined with me is Laura Walden of the Clever Barn. first off, just thank you for taking a little bit of time and talking with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So, Clever Barn here in Clever, Missouri, kind of event venue. Just kind of tell me a little bit more about about your venue.
Yeah, it was built in the 1880s, and my husband and I have done all the work on it to create a very relaxing, laid-back feel as soon as you get here. And we have every kind of event you can think of out here. We have weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries, karaoke nights. We have ladies' nights, guys' nights, movie parties, a little bit of everything really out here.
Yeah, it really was there's something for everybody. You were taking me around here and showing me there was everything from a putting green to tiki bars. And,
Yeah.
It really is. There is something for everybody.
Oh, well, thank you.
So when did you guys open?
We opened up May 17th, 2014. So we just now celebrated our 10th year anniversary.
10 years.
This summer, yeah, we went just like that. And we've just been having a blast, and we're always working on it. And it's just the two of us, and a lot of work, but we love what we're doing, have huge passion for it, and you just never know what you're going to see every time you come out. So we get a kick out of that.
What was your inspiration kind of behind wanting to open something like this up?
Well, you're probably going to laugh at this. Actually, we used to have parties here back when it was just a nasty old barn, and we're having a party upstairs, our Waldoween, which is our Halloween party we have every year, with our last name being Walden.
Yeah.
Started with Waldo. So we're having our Waldoween back in 2013, and we had like 50 plus, people. And just having a blast, and at that time it was just nasty,
Yeah.
And as they were leaving, we were out there by the bonfire, and I said, "What do you think about turning this whole thing into a venue, kind of thing?" And he looked at me and said, "I think you're nuts." And I said, "Well, I think so too, but you don't know till you try." So we started that very next morning, and we opened up 6 months later, and ever since then, we just get busier and busier and more known, We're really, really excited with where it's gone.
Yeah, so you kind of talked about you host all kinds of events, parties, guys' nights, girls' nights, weddings. I think I've seen pictures on Facebook of I don't know if there was like the Clever prom or not prom, but like there was like some event out here. I think a couple of years ago or something like that. But just kind of talk about what are some of your favorite events to put on.
My favorite events, I would say. The most events we have out here are my Sweet 16 birthday parties.
Huh.
They have an absolute blast. Usually the moms are down here playing board games or shooting pool or whatever, and the girls are all upstairs and they're singing karaoke and they're dancing and having a little party, and they get the whole barn to themselves. And that's something else too. They can either bring in everything, or I can take care of everything and have it all ready for them, when they arrive. So I try to be really accommodating, for, whatever they have in mind,
Yeah, you've been telling me, there's always something going on down here. Roughly, how many events do you guys host, every year?
Oh, Lord. I would have to say at least 100, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, with everything, because some weekends are double booked, sometimes I'm booked from Thursday through Sunday. It varies, and we're open all year round.
So obviously, Clever Barn. Not all your business comes from Clever, but just kind of talk about the relationship that you kind of have with the community out here.
Oh yeah, my gosh, I love having my open hangout nights, and like you say, we've got the putting green, the bowling, the kids zone, the karaoke dance floor, big bonfire pit, out the back. It's just we wanted it to be a laid-back spot where people could come out and have a good time. And then now we got our food truck, so now we're doing that as well. And we don't charge anything, for individual things that they're going to do,
Yeah.
And people appreciate that because, the economy, So I still want them to have a place to come out and have a good time, but not, break the bank,
Right.
So.
Yeah, so if someone wants to, schedule an event, whether it's a, if it's just like a group hangout or a Sweet 16 birthday party, what's the process look like? schedule an event like that?
Yeah. My number is 417-350-2343. They can call me, text me, whatever they're comfortable with. You can find me on Facebook, The Clever Barn, and I'm on Instagram, Google, all of those social medias. And yeah, I would love to talk to you. I'd love to have your events out here. The coolest thing about having a venue is that we've made so many friends out here, and it's amazing. They're not customers; they are actual. They're our friends, and we love that. We just really get a kick out of that,
So someone just gives you a call and then kind of says what they're wanting to do, what kind of event they're wanting to do, and is there like different package plans that they can choose from? Or?
Yeah. For my weddings, I can do the all-inclusive, or I can do all you. So the all-inclusive, I take care of everything for up to 50 people. That's their catering. That is, all of their paper products. That would be their officiant. That would be their fireworks send-off. What else. Everything we have, they would have access to it. I know I'm forgetting some things. I do apologize about that. But in essence, if they have something in mind, I'll make it happen for them. And if they have everything already, down what they want to do, they just bring everything in and I'll help them. I can run the bar for them, or I can take care of their food, or I can just be off to the side and be there when they need me, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so having a
business, but it's not just repeat business. It's I'm actually a part of their life. I'm actually a part of their life. You know what I mean? I'm part of their memories that they're making out here in this really, really cool old barn that we breathed life back into.
Yeah.
It was ready to come down. And like I said, my husband said I was nuts, but I said, well, you don't know, till you try. So. We keep trying, and just love it.
Yeah, and I think you're kind of putting a unique opportunity, have your wedding out here. I know from, my experience, that plot of land is always going to have an extremely special place in, all these people's hearts. So, so being able to kind of be being a person that kind of helps those memories being made, that's got to be a really rewarding role to play there as well.
It's amazing. I meet people from all over, and it's just it's so cool. I can't say cool enough because I love what I do, and we have such huge passion for it, and we just try to keep it authentic, because it is an old barn, and but we kept it original as we possibly could, you know what I mean? And I really feel that there's something for every age out here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we named it the Clever Barn, because we thought it was kind of clever that they could have anything out here, and we just get a big kick out of it. There's nothing like sharing memories with people.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate your time. Is there just anything else that you want to leave everybody with, or?
Really, I just want to thank everybody for accepting us, because we're out in the middle of nowhere. We're out in the middle of a big town with a big, marquee sign and lights and everything. We're kind of out in the boonies a little bit.
I think that adds to a lot. Adds to
it. It really does. People tell me all the time that this is a sweet getaway.
Yeah.
And at nighttime, you got to see it at nighttime sometime. Even if you just drive by when we're having an event, it's like the circus has come to town. You know what I mean? Because there's just lights everywhere and everybody's having a great time, and it's just so fun.
Well, I know you gave your contact information once. I just want to give it out one more time, just for everybody.
Yeah. 417-350-2343 is my phone number. I would love to chat with you if you want to, or you can just message my business page if you want.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura. I really appreciate you sitting down with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
One's going to move up, and a hill's going to look to go deep, and he's going to be sacked from behind. Number Miller, gray helmets, white shirts, gray pants. And Rangel is going to find a man deep, and he's going to make a move, and that is 18 Brian Young. Up run on the outside had he kept the ball. Rangel's going to look up the middle, and he's got a man once again and makes the guy miss. That is Zach Routon, and we have a score. 46-yard touchdown from to Zach Routon, and Roten, rather. Apologize for that. And a big return there by 6. Hill looking for at least 11 here. For next week, but we're getting ready to get started here in the second half of play. We'll go ahead and shoot it on down, back down to the field. Miller leads the Pirates 22-14 as we are kicking off, and Miller's going to get the ball here. This is going to be a big possession here for Miller, and little onside kicks can go out of bounds. And what a special moment it was there at halftime, as Miller honored the 1994 30-year reunion of the state championship team, something that they do every 5 years. Really cool to see. I was talking to a couple of the players before the game started, and traveled all the way down here from California just to be back up at this one. So we're gonna re-kick the ball, which is, I thought a kick goes out of bounds. I thought it was just on the 45, but that might just be college rules. I don't know. 22-14 as we get ready to tee off here on the second half. Jalen Madsen and Blake Walters back deep. Good to see both of them back out. They kind of collided on a pass breakup. And
Go, Blake.
Blake Walters kind of 1st and 10. This one's gonna go to Jared Long out of the backfield. He's gonna be caught up and twirled around and brought down for a loss. Nope, no gain.
Long on the carry, no gain. Second down.
I still find it curious the fact that Caden Calvin hasn't got a whole lot of running here in this one. Six carries for 9 yards, including a 12-yarder there. And right on cue, here comes Calvin, and ball comes out, recovered by the Pirates.
On the play, recovered by Astros.
And a big time change of momentum here to start the third quarter as Kyler Reese comes back out to lead this Pirate offense with on the Miller side of the field.
You there?
Good strong run there by Reese. He was accounted for all but one, actually, as accounted for every single yard gained by Ash Grove. 82 on the ground, 48 through the air. Reese looking to throw, pump fakes. He's got a man wide open, Thompson, and it's going to hit Nate Hill in the back of the head.
Awesome.
I had to do a double take there. And the ball severely underthrown. If Nate turns his head, looks for the ball, he may be going the other direction. Good to see the quarterback playing two ways here. Kyler Reese on the carry up the middle, gonna be brought down. Gonna be maybe a gain of 1. Bring up a 4th and 5
Reese again on the carry. Gets about 1
from the
more.
39-yard line.
Down by a couple of Cardinals. Okay.
Cardinals need a big stop here. And a low snap. Reese looking to throw. Got Thompson across the middle, and he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be short. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be an official timeout. They're gonna come back to bite him here yet.
Go, Blake.
Sweep around by Blake Walters. Good block on the outside there by Owen Weiss. Probably the best blocking from a receiver I've seen out of Miller all season long. Be a gain of 3. Second and 7. Hill's going to take it up the middle, make the first guy miss. Going to try to spin. Gets caught there by Austin Acosta at number 13, Chase Acosta. The brothers hooking up there for a tackle. Just short of the line to gain, be a gain of 7, a gain of 5, but still going to be short. Third and about 2 here for the Cardinals. Cardinals looking to get something going here offensively, and Hill is going to keep it himself, and he's going to be pushed backwards.
Hill again on the carry.
They call it a gain of 1. No, they're going to say it. They made it a generous spot, I think, there by the officiating crew. I'd really like to see this Miller offense maybe attack, maybe take a shot play here. You have outside that first drive, the Ashgrove defense has taken their free safety off the field, been playing maybe one high. They got playing one high here. But they're going to give this one off to Calvin for, I don't even think,
loses about a yard on the play.
don't think he even got back to the line of scrimmage. I'd like to see them take a shot on the outside, maybe one up the middle, and Billy was saying in my ear here, a play action pass might be something that to dial up here. Maybe a play action pass, maybe have Nate fake a quarterback keeper and hit Jared Long on the outside. It's gonna be a toss to Calvin to the outside, and a flag comes out. Looks like it's gonna be a hold.
Calvin on the carry, there's a flag on the play.
And I don't mind something like that either. Going to the outside, a lot of up the middle. Let's kick it to the outside on a toss play there. Give them something different to look at. And I like the idea. Didn't quite work. Got the hold and set up go back to a 2nd and 20. But not where you want to be. 2nd and 20. And
Get there.
Nate looking, scrambling here to the near side and doesn't find anything. He's going to just throw it away. And, that was a great decision there by Nate. Something that I think he's felt almost pressured to, try to force a play there at times this season. And I've talked about, just throw it away, live to play another down. And that's what he did there. 3rd and 20 here. It would be interesting to see how aggressive Coach Hill plays it if you get a big chunk play here. However, definitely looking for something. And Hill under pressure, and he's going to look for Jared Long. That one's not going anywhere, and that's going to make the decision easy. Bring on out the punt team.
One with Walters, 4th down for the Cardinals.
Owen Weiss is been pretty good punt the ball so far this season. Had a short one earlier today on one that I thought was going to get blocked, but was able to get enough yardage out of it to force a 3 and out there before half, and a good roll there up to the 30 or the 28 yard line. They're going to say that it goes out.
About the 23-yard line. Astros take over.
But Ashgrove's going to take over. We're going to step aside here. We got about 7.5 minutes remaining here in these third quarter of action here. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Just shy of the first down. Just shy of the first down. About a gain of 4.
4 yards, 3-4 yards.
Saw your Burks. He was a wide receiver. They've done musical chairs at their on their offense here starting last week. He moved from receiver to running back. Kyler Reese moved from running back to quarterback, and Amon Crockett moved from tight end to the offensive line. And another strong run there by Reese. And that's going to be enough for a first down. About a gain of 3. Reese was a second-team all-conference running back a year ago. But he was also a first-team all-conference linebacker. Actually, they're on defense had
Langston and Madsen, second down and 6.
On the defensive side, Harrison Thompson, Kyler Reese, Amon Crockett, Sawyer Brooks, and Peyton Self all earning all conference honors a year ago. Defense has been stout a year ago. And an incomplete pass there on the bubble.
Number 1, ball falls incomplete. Third down and 6.
Looks like Caden Calvin was. I've been seeing red there, seeing a receiver getting ready to make a play. He dropped it, and that was kind of a good on Calvin to lay off there, avoiding a senseless penalty. Bring up a 3rd and 6. Reese looking deep, and he's got Acosta. And Acosta's going to make the first man miss, brought down by Calvin.
And
a flag in the backfield. A hold by the Pirates.
Against the Pirates.
And very fortunate there for the Miller Cardinals, as Acosta got enough for the first down. But now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 down, but it not until it was too late. And that's extremely frustrating. And a touchdown, Pirates. Jalen Hance connects from 29 yards out, and that is a tough play there by Madsen, just making a sophomore play where got a little too aggressive, seeped off of him, and a lot. And Reese on the keeper is going to tie the game up at 22. We're going to step aside here. 22-22 is your score. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be a one that comes down to the very end. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. And a muff on the punt. Oh, looked like Owen Dempster was getting ready to go out for a big return. Lost the ball, but Miller's going to recover it. That would have been brutal there. And this is a big possession as the coaches upstairs starting to lose some stuff. That's not snow you're seeing. That's just play sheets. Hill running the option here. Gonna pitch it out to Calvin. Gonna be caught up from behind. Big loss there. Looks like it's gonna be closer back to the line of scrimmage than I originally thought. But you got to start seeing, the Cardinals test them outside. They were able to move the ball through the air there in the first quarter, and whenever you did, you saw some big explosive plays. Hill rolling out to the left side, and he has Long incomplete. Long almost had a tremendous Owen Weiss streaking down the middle of the field, wide open, nobody within miles of him, but an incompletion. And that's something I've been saying, but when they're playing the safety so low, you have a ton of room to run. They're deep, and whenever Hill has attempted to make him pay for it, it's worked in terms of a 49 and a 27-yard touchdown. However, has not made it work very often. And a quarterback keeper there, 3rd and 11. That's going to give the Pirates the ball back. And I'm not quite sure.
Half yard, right back, 4th down and 10 for the Cardinals.
Can bring Weiss back out to punt. And I know I've been critical the last couple of weeks of Hill at quarterback, putting the ball in some danger as the punt's going to go out of bounds about the 40-yard line. But whenever you got them no safeties back, that's the time to be aggressive. That's the time as a quarterback your eyes has got to light up, especially after connecting with your classmate Jared Lung twice already.
38-yard line.
And Ash Grove's yelling about something. I'm not sure what. It looks like there's been some debate about where the ball went out of bounds. They're going to call it at the 40. And the Miller defense is going to be called on for another stop here. Nate Hill back out playing corner. And pass to Acosta and Jared Lung, tremendous open field tackle. And maybe lose a yard.
Second picked up 1 yard. He is
You're gonna say he picked up a yard.
Run.
But nevertheless, a tremendous open field tackle. Lung kind of got lost in the mix there underneath, but came up, made caught him at the ankles and did not let him go. Tremendous open field tackle. Reese going to the outside on the keeper, and the big boy just gonna keep falling forward. Gain of about 7, bring up a 3rd and short.
Reese on the end around, he picks up 6, brings up 3rd down.
Officially going to be called a gain of 6. 96 yards on the ground for Kyler Reese. Ran for 205 last week against Pierce City. Down to a minute remaining here in this third quarter. And this one going to Burks, and Burks going nowhere. Mason Neely in the backfield, big time tackle for loss. And Burks stood no chance. Mason Neely, a tremendous read and react. That's going to bring up a 4th and 7. It's going to be curious. And they're going to, looks like they're going to go ahead and punt it away. And a low snap, and gets the ball away. And ball down at about the 30-yard line. We're going to step aside. It's 18 seconds remaining here in the third quarter of play. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Miller as we are approaching the end of the third quarter of play, and a big hole opened up there for Caden Calvin. And we are back, and a bad snap.
Miller recovers. 3rd down,
And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long, and just disastrous. Loss of 4. Third and 9 here from their own 30. Cardinals looking for something. Nate Hill looking. Go try to find Madsen on the outside. And, ball too high there. It looked like he might have even just been trying to throw that one away. Then didn't have anything. Bring up a 4th down. The Cardinals been shut out so far this half. And just mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. And that was one of the things that we had talked about in the pregame. You're gonna have to play clean. And the Cardinals have not done that. But they still find themselves in this ball game. 22-22, 11 minutes remaining.
Reese's punt rolls down to the Pirates 41. 1st down, Astros.
Weiss with another solid punt there.
Go D.
Cardinals put up 200 or Ash Grove's 217 yards of offense, opposed to only 120 from Miller. Reese on the keeper, brought down after a short gain.
Reese on the carry, picked up about a half yard, second down and 9.
96 yards for Reese on the ground. And Miller has held everybody outside of Reese to 1 yard. Reese going deep. Reese nailed as he let the ball go. Owen Dempster on the pressure forced a wild throw that was just overthrown Harrison Thompson. Bring up 3rd and 10. Both defenses doing a tremendous job of pressuring the quarterback. Ooh, and it's going to be a free play for the Pirates as Miller jumped off sides. But it's going to be about the same.
Reese on the carry, here's a flag on the play.
Oh, it's going to be a false start.
Illegal formation is the penalty.
Or an illegal formation is going to be the call.
Third down and 15.
That's going to push him back to 3rd and 15. Big play here for the Cardinals. And a little pass out in the flat here to Burks. Burks will be brought down on the 40-yard line by Owen Dempster. Dempster, big play there. And that's going to force. Okay, now it's. That's going to bring up a 4th and 11.
4th down and 11 for the Pirates.
Get this ball. Let's go score, boys.
Miller's going to get the ball back here.
Get there.
And a high punt here. Let's get out of the way. You're going to take a Miller bounce. Going to fall down at about the 27-yard line.
Pirates punt down at the Cardinal 27-yard line.
Say, Charlie Langston came off the field. He looked hobbled. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. Looks like he might just need to throw up real quick. Run there by Calvin. A gain of 2.
Calvin on the carry. Picks up 3 yards.
Keep an eye on, see if Langston goes back out.
Do have a great
nice possession.
Altima license plate NG5H1D. It's in the north end zone. If that's your vehicle, a gray Nissan, it needs to be moved, please.
Second Nate here. Nate Hill looking to run on the outside. Gonna make it one cut up and nearly breaks it. Just ran out of real estate.
So there, picks up 2, 3, 4 yards. Brings up third down and 4
Can pick up
for the Cardinals.
about 5 yards there. 3rd and 5 here from the 39-yard line. And this is a big moment here. Been a lot of punting. You gotta it's been a bit of a war of attrition here as of late. Yeah, look to capitalize. Nate Hill on the keeper up the middle, and he's gonna be just short. Bulk comes out. It looks like Ash Grove has it. It's gonna be interesting to see if they call him down. And fumble.
Rocky don't agree with it. Rocky don't say no.
Oh
No, it's gonna be overturned by the White Hat, and it's gonna remain with the Miller Cardinals, and that was almost disastrous.
38 yards.
However, at 4th down,
The white hat can. That's actually his job. Actually, they can.
bring up 4th and short.
Still Miller ball. 4th down and about half a yard.
It's gonna be interesting to see what we decide what Miller's gonna do here. It's be a huge gamble here on the part of the Miller Cardinals. And it looks like they may just be trying to make him jump. No, they're going to snap it, and Hill's running backwards. What? Can't run backwards. You cannot run backwards on. I don't understand. You need half a yard. Why are you snapping out of shotgun anyway? Nothing was there.
Ball is still pushed back. 4th down. 4th down and 7 or 8.
Oh, this is going to be
Penalty.
interesting because I'm with the coach of Ash Grove. I thought that was 4th down as well. The scoreboard thought it was 4th down, but he was arguing. Flag comes out. Either one side or the other is about to be absolutely furious, and I would almost venture to bet there's gonna be a personal foul called on one of the whichever coach doesn't go their way.
There's already one flag out there for, I'm assuming, sideline awarding.
Yeah. But I thought it was 4th down. An assistant coach from Ash Grove calling, yelling out that entire sequence.
The penalty is sideline.
They're going to call it a 4th down and a sideline warning on Ash Grove.
wow.
And a gigantic break there brings back remnants of the infamous 5th down Mizzou in Colorado back from the 1990s. And a good punt there by Weiss. That's gonna be one that we're gonna have to. I'll have to talk with Coach Hill about that before next week's game. See if I was going crazy or Cardinals just got a gigantic break.
Let's go, D.
Nevertheless, the decent punt there by Weiss can be 1st and 10 for the Pirates.
Get there, Tor.
Weiss looking to throw it Acosta.
Costa number 1 is reception.
Be a gain of about 6,
Second down and 3.
7. Second and 4 from the 49-yard line. 7.5 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter of play.
Get there. 1.
Reese throws it up once again, and a big tackle there by Caden Calvin. Big time tackle. Gonna stop him in the backfield. Loss of about 2.
On the reception, loses about 2 yards. Calvin on the tackle. Third down and 5.
3rd and 5. Miller has a chance to get off the field once again.
Let's go.
Third and 3, and the keeper here by Reese could get to the outside, and a big block. It can be brought down by Owen Dempster, but that's going to be enough for a first down and more. A gain of about 15 by Reese.
Reese on carry around the right end, picked up the first down for the Pirates.
Now, I thought they may have called for maybe a blindside, but we're going to step aside for just 1 minute. You're watching football here on Southwest Missouri Sports.
Third down.
Get there.
Deep pass. And caught for a touchdown. Throws the ball up in the air.
That's J-Rod. That's Jared.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What is in
Who caught that?
Number 10.
was it?
Number 10 from, what was it? The 34-yard line? 34.
Oh, we gotta stop him right here. That is cool.
Nine threw a touchdown to
Let's
10
go, boys.
for 34 yards.
And we are back here after the touchdown by Ash Grove. A 2-point conversion knocked away, or just missed. 28-22 is your score. Six minutes remain here in this final quarter of play. We're gonna step aside. You're watching Friday Night Lights here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Miller. Ash Grove takes their first lead since the 4-minute mark in the opening quarter of play. And Matson is going to return the kick for a no gain. 6 minutes remaining. 6 minutes even. And a huge drive coming up here for Miller.
First down for the Cardinals on the right 22-yard line.
A big night there for Ants now, catching his second touchdown, 88 yards. And Miller looking for something here late. Some late game heroics here, starting with Owen Dempster up the middle. Be enough for a gain of 1 or 2.
Owen Dempster on the carry, picks up 2 yards, second down.
That's his first carry of the game. I know there's still 5.5 minutes here, but Miller in no rush at all. Hill looking downfield. He goes deep and just through the hands of Jared Long. That was the shot play I've been calling for all game long. And just out of the reach of Long. And it looked like he had an opportunity to catch there, but unable to bring it down. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. And, and felt like that was a pretty solid throw there by Hill. Hill running the little bubble screen to Walters, and that one's going to be coming back. Owen Weiss is going to be called for a hold.
Penalty on the play. Reception is made, but it can be well shorter to first down.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long if they decide that they want to accept that. If not, it's going to be a 4th and 8. Maybe a 4th and 9. I didn't see where they spotted the ball.
Holding his penalty against the Cardinals, and they accept and push them back 3rd down.
They're going to accept that penalty, bring up 3rd and about 15. And there's not a whole lot on your play sheet for 3rd and 15. However, we had a magical moment about this time of the game last week where Jalen Madsen came down with possibly the catch of the year. So it'd be interesting to see what we decide to do here. Hill is he's looking for Walters, and he's got him. Big play there, explosive across the 50-yard line, and the Cardinals dial it up once again. The Cardiac Cards strike again there. Big time play. And a tremendous throw, tremendous route there by Blake Walters.
45.
And that's going to be a gain of about 40 yards. And just a tremendous, after a quiet day for Walters, has had a couple of decent plays there on defense. He finally makes a big play there on the offensive side. And just almost like a wheel route, you started in the slot, ran to the sideline, and just cut straight up the sideline. Nate Hill found him and put it right on the numbers, right where it wanted to be. And the Cardinals have a first and 10, and Hill is going to run it back up for no gain.
All right. You're on the fair. Hold on. Second down on the 54. Second down. Second down.
And Hill, in this situation a week ago, looked very poised and controlled under pressure. So far on this potential, this big drive here has looked a little rattled. Bring up a 2nd 10. Hill
Come on.
looking deep. He just throws it up there into double coverage and intercepted. Interception thrown by Nate Hill. Chucks it up into double coverage. Intended receiver Owen Weiss. And the Pirates are going to take over here with just under 4 minutes remaining. And Reese once again right up the middle. Be a gain of about 4. Bring up a 3rd and 2, and this is a big play here for the Miller defense. Get a stop here. You got one more opportunity to go down the field. But a first down here makes things extremely, extremely tough. Cardinals need a stop. And Reese is going to be brought down. I think it's going to be right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 4th down and a timeout called by the Miller Cardinals. And we're going to have be a 4th and short. So it's going to, you would imagine they have to punt it off. No theatrics. You know what? 4th and short, your defense has been playing pretty solid here in the second half. When I've seen crazier things happen, but I would anticipate, kicking it deep here, make quarterback Nate Hill prove that he can drive the field with, run the 2-minute drill. String of 6 straight possessions that ended in a punt ended with and it looks like they're going to just straight up go for it.
Oh, they're going to try to get us.
Say, do not jump. Be disciplined here. And timeout called. Good job being disciplined on the Miller side, on the Miller defensive side. Now I would anticipate a punt here.
Obviously, head of the game. So when you're ahead at this point, you don't want to be back here and give them shortcut position, so you want to punt. Garrett's 4th and 1. Move it and make them run it 60, 70, 80 yards to the field.
I agree completely with my partner in crime, Billy Bieber here, saying you gotta kick it deep. Don't care if it's 4th and 1, 4th and inches when you're pinned this far back in high school. But after a gain of about 12 yards, a big penalty
Personal foul against the Pirates is
there is going to add to the
end of the play.
end of the play. And it's going to be a 15-yarder.
Let's not do anything stupid.
And I absolutely love that play call. Little getting the ball to your best athlete in space. And I would anticipate, I'd say, keep running that short stuff to Jared Long. He's been tremendous. Already has 2 touchdowns already in this one. Nate Hill is looking to pass. He's going to find Jalen Madsen. Madsen's going to try. He makes the first guy miss, and he's going to be out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Gain of 13 for Jalen Madsen for his first catch of the game.
Touchdown Cardinals.
Minute 51 remaining. Ball's down on the 37-yard line. And keep taking what the defense is going to give you. You got plenty of time with 2 timeouts remaining. Keep attacking the outside. Keep attacking the sidelines. Hills drops back to pass again. He's going to go to the outside. And he's just going to... Oh, he almost had... It looked like he was trying to throw it away. He had Owen Weiss that was close right there, but was unable to bring it down. Bring up 2nd and 10. They keep feeding the ball to the hands of your best athletes. Second and 10 here. Hill looking deep. He steps up, escapes some pressure, goes to the outside. Throw's going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage. And was intended receiver was Caden Calvin. Got 2 chances here. I obviously say not gonna punt here. I say you don't want to go. You don't gotta have it all back here. I look for something short on the outside to Jared Long once again. Let your offensive playmaker make a play. Hill is looking for Long, and Long's going to get it to the outside. He's going to be brought down in bounds. And that's going to be a gain of about 18. Jared Long, a tremendous day here. He's over 100 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Down to just over a minute remaining on the 16-yard line. And Nate Hill gonna run it up the middle. And be a gain of about 3 and a timeout called by the Miller Cardinals. 51 seconds remaining. We're down on the 13-yard line. And this is the times when legends are born. We're gonna step away for just a moment. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Miller as we are down to the wire. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Miller looking for a go-ahead or a game-tying touchdown here. And Nate Hill is pass incomplete. A bullet there to Walters. That was 2nd down, rather. That's going to bring up 3rd. That's right, because you had the quarterback draw. For the gain of 2, 2nd and 8. 3rd and 8. That's why everyone needs a Billy Bieber in their life. 48 seconds left in this ball game.
Look at that. Wide open.
And Nate Hill looking, pocket collapses, and he is brought down for a sack. And that is one thing that you could not have. Gonna bring up a sack is gonna bring up a 4th and 11.
I don't understand.
And it looked like Lung had an opportunity. Man coverage. Actually, I think they were in a zone. No one was manning him up. Let your best offensive weapon eat here. But now we're going to have 4th and 11 from the 13-yard line. You can get a first down without making it to the end zone. However, you got to get 11 here. Actually, it's going to be from the about 16.
Game right here. Either you get it or you go home.
And this is, for what it's worth, this is the game right here. Empty backfield for a Hill. And timeout called by Ash Grove before the snap. They wanted to see what Miller was going to line up in and then be ready to counter it. Don't go anywhere after the game. We're going to have interview with the winning coach and the player of the game. I think we've narrowed it down to either Kyler Reese, if the Ash Grove defense can step up right here, or Jared Long, if Miller can pull off one more miracle. The cardiac cards has been a theme up to this point these last 2 weeks. But backed up against the wall once again. Like I said, we'll have a post-game interview after this one wraps up. So don't go anywhere. Here it is. Here's for the game. 4th and 11 from the 17-yard line. Nate Hill drops back. He's looking. Pockets collapsing. He's got room. He throws it. Intercepted. It's going to be incomplete. And none other than Kyler Reese makes the play. And it looks like the Ash Grove Pirates are going to hold off on the upset bid here by the Cardinals. But a tremendous outing from the Miller Cardinals on a night where they honored the state championship squad. Laid it all on the line here late, and just unfortunately was not able to make that one final play when they needed it. So I would anticipate a quarterback taking a knee here, and that will be your ball game. What a tremendous game we saw here tonight, and it's going to be a heartbreaker for Miller. They felt like that they had it here late, however, just unable to capitalize and cap it off. But definitely saw some good things. The resiliency from this Miller Cardinals team continues to be a major story in the season. We'll get to see them again next week. We're gonna be right back in the same booth as we see Sarcoxy come to town for their showdown with the Miller Cardinals. The loss is gonna move the Cardinals to 1-4 on the season. Their win coming last week against Diamond, and it's not gonna get any easier for the Miller Cardinals. Sarcoxy come in there sitting at 2-2 As of right now, I'm not sure what the final score was up to the tonight. Skyline is going to be a tough one on the road. Pure City's looking to be like a legit contender, and then you have Marionville is to close it out. Ash Grove, after this week, travels to Skyline next week, so we'll see what they're made of there before taking on the 0-4 Central Bulldogs before hosting a showdown that's going to decide the decide the conference against Marionville, and then before traveling to Sarcoxy. We're going to step aside for just a moment. We got the head coach of the Ash Grove Pirates, Ryan Long, and Kyler Reese coming up here in just one moment. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports.
Welcome back to Miller, where we are capping off a fantastic game, a 28-22 victory for the Ashgrove Pirates. We are moments away from talking with Coach Long of the Ashgrove Pirates. And as coach and player coming up right now, we're going to go through just a couple scores here around the area. Fairgrove up leads Clever 40-14 in the third quarter. Marionville defeats Diamond 52-16. Seneca defeats Aurora 56-14. Lamar falls for the second week in a row to Mount Vernon 42-32. And another Big 8 upset as we have got player of the game and Coach Long coming up here. Welcome in first, Kyler Reese.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. All right, so Kyler, first off, congratulations on a win. I mean, you guys earned that one. Definitely a tough one. Just first off, just talk about what you saw from your guys here tonight.
I mean, I saw a lot of adversity handled very well. I mean, we were down early. We got down in the second half after coming out scoring really early, and then our defense just kind of slipped away, and they scored. They scored fast, and they had a lot of points. And we went into halftime with a good mentality, ready to come out and get the win, and that's what we did.
Yeah, you kind of hit on it right there. The story there early. You guys came out storming out to a 14-0 lead. Miller came back, tied 14-14 going into the I believe it was 22-14 going into the halftime break. Just what was being said there at halftime.
I mean, we knew we were down and we knew we needed to score. We knew our defense was going to step up because, all year our defense has stepped up, and that's what we have wrote on all year. And it's been a huge help for our offense to have such a good defense and such a strong-minded defense. And I think our offense is finally starting to click, and it showed tonight. We put up more points than we have all season tonight. It's not a lot, but put up more points. So that's what I'm proud of my guys, and I'm proud of my team for how they handled this and how they came back and fought.
You guys have been in close game after close game, 4 of your 5 games being decided by less than a touchdown. Just what does it say about you and your teammates?
I think it says that we like it. We're ready for it. We're ready to handle anything. We're going to come back. We're never going to fight. Whole game, no matter what. We were down 18-0 to Stockton. We were still fighting. We were fighting at the end of the game. Faith in our coaching. I had faith in myself, and I had faith in my teammates that we were going to come out. We were going to
tonight. You got Skyline next week, and then you kind of have that big matchup looming with Marionville here in a couple weeks. Just what are you hoping to take out of tonight moving forward?
I'm so hoping to take out tonight that no matter what we're down by a half, we are always going to come back. We're always going to handle adversity well, and we're always going to be a strong-minded team, no matter what.
Well, thank you very much. Congratulations. Your Southwest Missouri Sports Player of the Game, Kyler Reese, having a tremendous day leading the Ashgrove Pirates over the Miller Cardinals. We're going to step aside for just a second while Coach Long comes in. You're watching high school football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back now with the head coach of the Ashgrove Pirates, Ryan Long. First off, you can breathe now.
I know. I'm getting gray hair every week with these boys. We're playing close ones for sure.
Yeah, and that's something I want to hit on. 4 of your first 5 this year has been decided by one score. What does it, including a 2-point win last week against a good Pierce City team?
Well, that's how it's kind of been. Week 1 Diamond, our offense, we just couldn't get anything going. But we won that game 8-6 with a safety late, and then last week last week with Pierce City, we could have probably put it away. We fumbled the ball late, and they marched down, scored, and got an onside kick, and our defense kind of stepped up, and that's kind of what we've been this year. Our defense has been really strong, and so we're a very strong defensive team, I feel, and we take pride in the defensive side of the ball this year.
Yeah, coming into tonight, kind of the story, you guys jumped out, 14-0, during the first 6 minutes of the game, and then Miller was able to connect on a couple big plays. went into the halftime break, with a 22-18 or 22-14 deficit. Just what was being said there at halftime?
Well, that's the thing. We, like I said, we've been first four weeks we started on defense, and our offense has been kind of sputtery first 4 weeks. And so for us to go out and start on offense, go out and score first drive, that's new to us. And so that's just something we have not done this year. This is the first game we've scored on our opening drive with offense. And then we come back down, march down again. And so I think the kids were on a really high there, and it was just uncharted territory. And then we had a couple unfortunate blown coverages, and Miller took advantage of them and everything. And then going into half, it was a ball game. And so I told our kids that we're a defensive team, and we'll be all right. And that's why I told them just keep fighting, fight the whole game, and tell them we got to score to get the lead, and they did that. Got a couple touchdowns late here in the second half.
Well, so before the Pierce City game last week, you guys decided kind of play musical chairs with some of the positions there on offense. Starting with moving your all-conference running back to under center. Just kind of talk about just how some of these guys have responded to their new roles.
Yeah, we've like I said, I think we started our 8th different offensive lineman last week, and so offensive line's been a revolving door. We had to move a tight end. Our tight end, he's number 7, but he had to wear a different jersey tonight, so he had to move to the line last week, and so we did that. And then we know Harrison is a great receiver, and we feel like we're struggling running the ball, so we feel we need an outside threat. So moving Harrison outside, and Kyler's such a threat with running the ball, and he's still a long ways from being where he needs to be throwing the ball, but he's such a strong runner, you have to account for him, and he's only going to get better throwing the ball. And he has Harrison on the outside. We got a couple of young kids, both the Costa boys, Alex and Chase, running wings with like Brock, and then Jaden Hance came out of nowhere tonight, had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He just kind of stepped into tight end when we had to move Ammon to line. So we're moving people around, and we're having young kids really step up and answer the call for us, and that's offensively, but they've been doing it all year defensively. So I can't be more proud of them the way how hard they play week in, week out.
So, you guys come into Miller Spoil, a celebration, celebrating the 94 state championship team. Good win here, but, you got to use it as a springboard moving forward. Got Skyline next week, and then you kind of have that showdown with Marionville looming here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to take out of tonight moving forward?
Well, it's one of those things where, last week our offense started working, and this week our offense really took another step forward. So, I think the kids are going to start seeing that offensively. So hopefully we start putting stuff together and keep building on what we're doing. We know who we are defensively. We're still trying to figure out who we are offensively, but I feel like we're getting there, and the kids responded well tonight and everything. I told them when we were 4th and 1 there late in the game on our end of the field, I had no doubt that we were going to punt it because I knew our defense what they were. So I have a ton of faith and confidence in our defense to answer the call when we need to.
Well, Coach, thank you for taking a few minutes. You have to go down and celebrate with the guys.
Absolutely.
No win in the conference is an easy one.
Yeah, absolutely. We sing after every win. We got a little tradition we do. I started when I took over here, and I'm hoping they're waiting on me. I like singing as much as they do. It's fun. It's fun to win. It's fun for them to do it. So I'm hoping to get down there for that.
Well, Coach, you better get down there before they do it without you.
Absolutely.
But thank you very much for taking the time.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations on the win, Coach Ryan Long of the Ash Grove Pirates. Pirates improved to the 4-1 on the season. Tremendous start from the Pirates. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up here pretty quickly. 28-22 is the final score here in Miller. I'm going to throw out the final once again from our neighbor to the north. 42-32. The Mount Vernon Mountaineers defeat the Lamar Tigers, dropping the Lamar for the second consecutive week. But we'll be right back here next week as the Miller Cardinals take on the Circoxie Bears, which should be another tremendous Southwest Conference clash. So, but anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, Clever Barn and the Burger Shack. Thank you guys for tuning in, and you've watched Friday Night Lights here on Southwest Missouri Sports.